So you want him to run for president?
He gets my vote if he does. I mean, he's...
So it's like the union checkoff. You know, you sign the card, and that means you
That's
go.
right. He got me alone arguing to me. Yeah,
it's
that's
only a recent development, by the way.
Oh, recent development. What do you think? What did you learn anything running for president, or is it just a big rush?
Me?
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
I mean, when you go around and shake 10,000 hands and smile 10 million times till your cheeks hurt, do you gain mentally from that?
No, I think what you gain from the experience is a better understanding about what really matters. It's not, you know, the first time I ran for president, I spent an awful lot of, this is the truth, an awful lot of time worrying about how good a candidate I was. Was I making a good speech, right, or was I, it's just not what I think about these days. I think that anybody who's seriously thinking, to be my advice to anybody who's considering running, ought to be thinking about the job they want to do as president.
Did you enjoy running for VP? I don't think you did.
No, I wasn't crazy about it.
Well, is there something about the phrase vice president that doesn't turn you on?
No, there's something about not being able to just freely say exactly what you think.
Were you on a short leash?
Well, anybody is running for vice president. Your job basically is to advocate for the presidential candidate. People vote
Were you well used by John Kerry?
Oh, I'm not. I'll let you guys talk about that.
I want to fight here.
Yeah,
what did you think of his joke about if you flunk out of school, you don't do too well, and you're not too smart, you get us stuck in Iraq, and it get turned around? What did you make of that?
I think he just made a mistake.
What was he saying?
I think he was trying to say, you better study. Oh, you're right.
No, come on. No, you're trying to help.
She saved me. She saved me.
The king jumped all over him.
Not the first time.
I'll tell you one thing. I could tell there was a fight coming because Hillary dumped on him, McCain dumped on him. Nobody cut him an inch. He just screwed up a joke. He's not a comedian, okay? Exactly. He's just not a comedian.
Too big a deal was made out.
There are not that many politicians who are actually very good at jokes. John spoke one time, and I said I wouldn't even go because he was supposed to be funny, and I didn't think he could carry it off.
I love it. You're great. Behind every great man, there's a woman trying to kill him.
No. He has great characteristics.
What is it? Does she do this? Does she bust your balls like this when you come out? You give a speech, does she do that?
My children are watching this.
What is this? What's this with the equal marriages? Why do people marry their equals? It used to be different. What happened to the Stepford wives? The good old days. What happened? Oh, how PC. Why don't you hiss? Oh, thank you. Finally, the freaking hiss. I needed it. The hiss. I needed that.
You have to know how smart his wife is in order to know.
Look, I'm going to ask you about this. This is
immediately got off.
Because, because Senator Edwards was really, I thought I'd try to get him at an angle here. He said that having ran, it's like the Super Bowl. They usually win the team that's been there before, or the Final Four in the case of the UNC, which is always in the Final Four. You've been there before. Do you have an edge over Mrs. Obama? Do you have an edge over Mr. Clinton, the first spouse? Do you have an edge over these guys? I mean, you've been there as a candidate's wife. You've been there as a candidate. Can you roll into New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina, Iowa with some edge?
What I have in those places is not an edge. I think that there are, among the potential spouses this time, I mean, these are fabulous people with enormous skills. I have a lot of friends. I mean, I don't go in.
Well, they won't be friends.
I beg your pardon?
Once the campaign gets going.
No. I mean, actually, I had a good relationship, I think, through most of the campaign with the other spouses. But no, I mean, in Iowa, in New Hampshire, in South Carolina, in Nevada, in those, I have a lot of friends in those places. If John decides to do this, I won't be walking into a room full of strangers.
Has Hillary ever called you back after you said you've made happier choices than she has, and that you're having a more joyous life than she does because of the choices she made, meaning she let Bill mess around?
Is that what I meant? No,
Is that what you meant?
That was completely taken out of context.
Oh, what was the context?
I had said that the choices I had made, because I worked as a lawyer for 17 years, and now I get a lot of intellectual stimulation from the conversations about policy that I got from work before. I now get from the conversations at home. But he hasn't caused you any trouble. No, he hasn't.
So what did you mean when you said, what did you mean by Hillary having made bad choices?
I wasn't. I was talking about my choices making me happier.
So I'm being unfair.
Well, and unfair to both of us, honestly. You know, I think
because that wasn't what you meant.
Yeah, it's not, I have nothing bad to say about her.
On reflection. Do you think?
It is hardball, remember?
Yeah.
I just.